Welcome back to Thailand and the capital city, Bangkok. It's the final day of the Teqball Jamboree we've been enjoying here, the 6th ever World Teqball Championships. Some fantastic singles matches yesterday, and today it's all about the pairings. It's doubles all the way. We've got the women's, we've got the men's, and we've got the mix before we bid you farewell from Thailand for another tournament and another season as well. Packed in today for what could be the highlight of the entire week here. We, as I said, had some tremendous singles action yesterday, and I think it could get even better with this lineup today. First, the bronze matches are going to be taking the stage with Greco hoping to make up the disappointment yesterday, and for Vania Maresh as well, an opportunity to win a medal after disappointment today. A shock in the men's doubles as well, where Marejovic and Mitro, the world number ones, were eliminated. They'll have to battle it out for bronze as well, probably in about 45 minutes or an hour or so. The route then to this bronze match, the route to the final on there, but the losing semi-finalists will be up on the table first with Greco and Kimberly Baker, new partner for Caroline Greco, former world champion, and up against Vania Maresh and Esther Viana Mendes. It should be quite an occasion. Let's get things underway. We've got 6 matches for you, 3 battles for bronze and 3 battles for gold. Piotr Jedrzejak is our referee for the first match. And here comes the team from the United States of America. So Caroline Greco, after disappointment yesterday, not managing to even bag a medal, having started the day with high hopes of retaining a singles title, with her new partner now, Kim Baker, having split with Margie Osbaldson, who was so long by her side on the tables. And can they rescue a medal after a semi-final defeat this morning? Well, standing in their way are this team, good friends from the south of America, and from Brazil, Vania Maresh and Esther Vania Mendes. And they were involved in one of the matches of the week so far in these World Championships, when it went to a third set and a tight one as well before the Hungarian pairing of Petra Pecci and Nora Vicek triumphed 12-8 in the decider. Well, a very good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. We're broadcasting around the world with the 6th World Championships in Teqball until its conclusion this evening, Thai time. We've just gone 3 o'clock local time here. The weather's been set fair, but we're indoors in the air-conditioned unit, which is just as well, because hot and sticky. The qualifiers for before the semi-final stage were played outside, but they were also played under an awning, under covering, which the players were relieved for. Quick look at the players then in action this afternoon. Caroline Greco and her partner, Kim Baker. You might not know too much of her. Has played quite a bit in the States, but not travelled to Europe and Asia quite so often, but an experienced competitor from the same club that was helped founded by Caroline Greco. Experience is the order of the day for the Brazilian pairing. Vania Maresh, 41 years of age. Esther Viana Mendes is 24 years of age, some way the junior, and her partner hoping to follow in the success in the singles yesterday, when we were all wowed by the scintillating defence, in particular some spectacular returns from Rafaela Mendes.
Team Brazil to serve.
Brazil take another medal here. It's the battle for bronze in the women's doubles. My name's Tim White. Great to have you along for company in the world's fastest growing sport. The world is curved.
Out. Second service. Out, point to Team USA.
Well, obviously in any sport it's important that you make a good start, and a little too often, so far in the finals at least, Caroline Greco has got off to a slow start and not been able to recover the ground. Baker with the attack, and it bounces before it can be recovered by Mendes. Good finish from Kim Baker, 26-year-old. Also from California. Ranked only 15th in women's doubles, but set
First
to
service.
improve if she can get a medal here. Just quite often
Out.
it's a question of getting the experience and getting the tournaments under your belt. $250,000 prize money. Big hike if you can get to the latter stages.
Second service.
And more set to come as the sport continues to grow. But you need the ranking points, you need to get through enough tournaments. And Baker in again with fairly regulation hit. Well laid up by Jana Marais. Baker with the header this time. Remember, the last touch has to come from a different part of the body from the previous last touch. The shoulder used with good effect there. Great camera work here as well from our team, from all different angles covered. In goes Greco again. She couldn't use her head again, went for the foot, but it was just off the end of the table.
First service.
So first point for the Brazilians, and badly needed. Never nice to go
Net.
and lose your serve, as it were, in the first set of 4. Each team
Second
has
serve.
4 serves. One server takes 4, and then it swaps over to the player of the opposing side. The second serve, more conservative, taking fewer risks with the header. And then miss from
Point to
point
Team
blank
USA.
range. It's the equivalent of an
Change
open
of
goal
service.
in football. And really ought to have hit the target at least there, if not won the point.
Team USA to
Mendes.
serve.
She knows it.
First service.
Jana Mendes again. Sets it up herself and
Point
really
to Team
good.
Brazil.
Baker did her best, stuck out her foot and made contact. It ricocheted far too strongly off, and they've already started the fight back here, having lost 3 of the first 4
First
on
service.
serve. Jana Mendes makes amends with the first time of asking on the Caroline Greco serve. The second of the 4 serves, an orthodox return with a shoulder early in the rally. A little dinked header, cushioned header. Goes back pretty high onto the American side. Should be able to attack from here. Baker does well. Oh, surely she can do it. Marais, can they get it back in? Oh, how unlucky.
Point to Team USA.
So near from Jana Mendes. Just landed on the top of the net though, and wouldn't manage to touch any side of the opponent's half of the table, as you'll see here. Incredible defence from those in green and gold. Long way out. But the net wasn't kind to her, to the delight of the American pairing.
First service.
And they remain ahead, 4-2. Third of the 4 serves. Oh, that's going to be tricky to recover from there. Done really well. Good teamwork from the Brazilians. But the Americans still on top in the rally. Another good hit
Point
from
to
Baker
Team
down the
USA.
middle. Divorces her opponents right between them. A flailing leg was all that Jana Marais could offer. And while the angles are good, sometimes in doubles going down the middle does the trick. Neither player expecting it, neither could control
First
it.
service.
Classic divorce in Teqball terms. 5-2 to the US.
Out.
If you were with us yesterday, you'll know that Caroline Greco is
Second
an
service.
environmentalist, passionate about the environment and working for a company in that regard. Hails from Northern California, San Fran Bay Area, just a little further north. Good hit and a good winner
Point to Team Brazil.
from Jana Mendes. Burst onto the scene herself a couple of years ago, 24-year-old, ranked
Change
10
of
in
service.
women's doubles, has 3
Team Brazil
women's
to serve.
doubles titles this season and 6 in her career now. Won't be a title in the World Championships this weekend, but could still come away with a medal and valuable ranking points.
First
and
service.
quite a bit more chunk of money as well. $250,000 US
Net.
combined in this tournament.
Second service.
Official confirming the Brazilians thought it should have been handball and point away from the US team. Greco sets herself up nicely. She goes back to defend. Now she comes in, seeing how far away the Brazilians were from the net themselves. Sets it up for a big smash herself. Still recovered well. Esther's in well, then a mix-up between the Americans. They'll struggle from here. They needed a
Point to
4th touch.
Brazil.
That's not allowed. Point to Brazil, 5-4. They're staying in touch here, the Brazilians. Frankie Diaz, coach of the US team and partner of Caroline Greco, been a
First service.
good partnership themselves, but Frankie's career of late has been really badly hampered by injury. Made a
Out.
comeback this year, but hasn't quite found the level that he would have wished for. I think
Second service.
he would acknowledge, not mind me saying. Good company though, the pair of them. Some really good characters in the Teqball circuit. Esther's in again with a lovely low header. They thought it hit the table twice. No,
Point
said the
to
referee,
Brazil.
but still nothing that Caroline Greco could do about that one. Yeah, let's have a closer look at this then, because they thought they won the point a couple of touches earlier, but did it hit the table twice or not? The referee said no, the Americans thought not. The complaints went in from the Brazilian team. Vania Marais, the oldest player in the women's doubles at 41, leading the protests, but they got the point anyway. Would have been interesting to see if they would have reviewed it early in the contest. 5-5 now in the first set. Just one review per match available, one challenge. VAR not called upon yet today. Packed house and a packed program today.
Timeout for Team
USA. A lot of
USA.
people milling around. And the US have taken a timeout early in proceedings. One timeout allowed as well. 60-second timeout for the team that calls it. Unless there's an injury problem. We did see an injury timeout a little earlier in the men's doubles. Problem for the Serbian team. Well, until she wins a title, Vania Marais never looks too happy, I have to say. And a figure of intense concentration during the match themselves. So here's Vania again, where the delight of the point, but instantly switching to the focus that's needed to be a top sports star, I guess, in any discipline. Quite a lot of the Brazilian players hailing from slightly different, in fact many of the countries around the world adopting Teqball from a variant of the game. Quite a lot of the South Americans, particularly the Colombians. I was talking to a Colombian team last night playing foot tennis.
The timeout is over.
So too quite a lot of the Brazilians as well. Next up we have the men's doubles bronze match featuring the world number ones Morovic and Mitro. Shock exit today in the semis. And then we have the mixed doubles featuring another legend of the game, Chava Baniak. That's all to come. We're in the bronze medal match for the women's doubles here inside the first set.
Second serve.
Evenly matched for the first time. The Americans behind after losing a couple of points, 5-6. Greco tried to put that right now and tie them up, went down the middle. It's decent though from Mendes to put pressure on the Americans again. Oh, a couple of touches in quick succession accidentally. I think Viana Mendes tried to pull out of that, but she got a touch that put it onto her opponent, which meant they only had one touch left here. Marais didn't have a chance of doing anything on that one. Quick apology. But the smiles
First service
are genuine for the team from the US.
Out.
Kimberly Baker, been around a while.
Second service.
It's still 4 years younger than her vastly experienced opponent, Caroline Greco, but they don't get more experience on the other side of the net.
Point to Brazil.
Yeah, mixed understanding there, maybe something that a new team would do. Greco instantly knew it was going to come hard and try to cover at the back, beyond the table, beyond her partner, but Baker didn't move out of the way.
First service.
And it hit it, and they lost the point. 6-7 now.
Net.
Ooh. Trying to get the angle and a lot of spin, a little too much, and bounced off the top of the net.
Second service.
If you serve and it hits the net, it's a fault no matter what, even if it does land on the table afterwards. Oh, early touch, good tactic. Oh, and really good recovery from the US team. Oh, Mendes nets with the header. She can't believe it. Yeah, clever interception from Marais. Everyone expecting the layup and the big hit from Viana Mendes, but Vania Marais chose to put in a quick touch on with a second of the three allowed touches over the net.
First serve.
Came back, and that was the mistake from Mendes that gave the US the point. First to 12, remember.
Second service.
So effectively, we're playing first to 5 from this point. Nice, easy one to deal with. Oh, it's gone beyond the net. Illegal attack, surely. That's when you go beyond the halfway line. And that is not the fault of Viana Mendes, who had the third touch and was over the net. But it was because of the lack of control from Vania Marais that meant it went beyond the halfway line.
First service.
Probably the thing that's most challenged in the game, illegal attack, and along with edge ball, they're the two main reasons that players will
second service.
Ask whether the official has got it right.
Edge ball.
Oh, just sneaked onto the edge of the table.
New second
a
service.
couple of millimeters further, or if you are in the US, half an inch further maybe, and would have been off the table. They'd have lost the point. Half an inch the other way, they'd have won the point with an ace as it slipped to the floor on the serve, but the replay point goes the way
Change of service.
of the South Americans.
Team Brazil to serve.
Team that hails from Santos club in Brazil.
First service.
Behind early in this match. Greco making a better start, but is it slipping away from the US now? 8-8. And here, Caroline Greco directing proceedings out there.
Point to Team
Mendes
USA.
has hit the net again. She did it with her head just 3 or 4 points ago. And costly unforced errors here for the Brazilian team.
First service.
Santos, a municipality in the biggest Brazilian city, Sao Paulo, not the capital of course, that's Brasilia, used to be Rio de Janeiro.
Point to Team
And
USA.
another step towards the first set is taken by the US team. And that wasn't due to an unforced error, due to the good attacking play and quick footwork from Greco and Baker.
First service. Out.
Brazilians have always managed to stay in touch. They need to now more than ever in this opening set at 8-10. 2 serves to come,
Second
and the US have service after that. So odds on the Americans from this point to take the opening set. Best of 3 sets. Kimberly Baker in for the kill. Can't quite finish it on that one. Pressure though from a bit of distance from Mendes. Now Greco with the header, sniper style. Good effort from the Brazilian team. Viana Mendes moves in, pounces early. Frankie trying to cheer up his team and keep them focused, but it's the Brazilian team cheering after this point. Greco
First service.
couldn't get out of the way of it nor control it. So last of the her 4 serves. Good deep one with the head. Oh, a nice little harvester header. It's returned as well. Baker has it again, has to go over with the foot. Won't be able to smash it if they do come back next time, but Mendes can. Good defence from Baker with the first touch. There's the second. A lot of distance, difficult. Well controlled from Baker, but should be set up for a nice sniper header. It's too good. It's 10-10. Well, we're heading to the crucial moment.
Change of service.
Probably the best point of the match so far.
USA
Deserves
to serve.
another look at the denouement. Power in the neck muscles. Fierce
First
header
service.
from Estevania. Viana Mendes
Out.
takes the point, and that's gone out as well. Real pressure
Second
here for the
serve.
Americans. Second serve for the experienced former singles world champion until yesterday.
Edge ball.
Oh! So nearly a double fault. I don't think that was quite where she intended it. Edge ball though, all's well. You
New
still
second
get another second serve, but still can't afford to make a mistake during this one. It's safely on the table, but the shot, oh, it's a short one, and if she's
Edge
missed
ball.
it, she's got an edge. The
Repeat
Americans
the round.
thinking about challenging. They think it might have been a side ball.
Challenge requested by Team USA
There you go.
for edge ball.
So edge ball means that you replay the point. If it's a side ball, you lose the point. I thought, same as the Americans' initial reaction, although I'm on the wrong side of the table as well, that it hit the side, not the edge. But to be fair to the referee, he did have the best view right in front of him. Now usually we get the replay both on my screen here in the arena and on the big screen. I'm not seeing anything right now, just like you aren't, so I can't talk you through this. We're just hoping they're seeing the truck. Here we go, here we go. Is this edge or side? What do you think? Oof. Well, I'm seeing it in super slow-mo now, and I'm still not entirely sure. Is that a clear and obvious error? There are 2 referees, by the way, of course, one either side that can make the decision. I think that's still a side ball. I think they might win this appeal. Edge ball or no edge ball? That is the question. The wait goes on at such a critical point. The scoreboard still shows 10-10. It's edge ball. We replay the point. If it isn't, the US gets the point and has set point. Oh, we're taking another look. Still not convinced. The guys in the truck on VAR, neither am I. You know, I think it's a side ball,
No
but
edge ball. Point to USA.
they have had it overruled. But it was so close, you could have easily said that it was too close and it wasn't a clear and obvious error, but it will be set point for Team USA. What's she trying to do now? She's trying to challenge the score. It is 11-10.
No.
Oh, Caroline finds it funny. If they win the challenge, they keep the video replay opportunity, the VAR challenge.
First service.
But it is set point here, 11-10.
Net.
Oh, into the net. Immediately takes a bit of the pressure off the Brazilian team.
Second
There
service.
won't be as much force coming on this one from Greco. Gets
Teqball.
it deep again, finds the edge on second serve. How are your nerves, Team USA? Well, might be a few who stayed up late. What is it?
New
Something
second
like
service.
1:20 in the morning on the West Coast, Pacific time. Little later in the morning in Brazil. Good chest over from the American pairing courtesy of Greco, but it looks like Brazilians have saved that one. Baker was running after what was a lost cause in front of the VIPs. Sudden death point. Win this point, you win the set. No 2-point margin needed in sets 1 or 2.
First service.
This is what it's all about. Greco with the nominal advantage. Can she get the first serve in and make it count? She cannot. The pressure telling on the woman who was singles champion of the
Second
world
serve.
until yesterday and then lost twice. Brazilians trying to set up Mendes for the winner. Knees it over, it's a short one. Nearly works the trick. Is that over halfway? No, it isn't. Play on. Now Mendes will go for the sniper header to kill. She does it! She wins the set for Brazil! They were set point down, but they take the spoils in the first. 12 points to 11. High drama in Bangkok, capital of Thailand. Few moans along the way. They kind of felt it wasn't all going their way in terms of decisions. But on the table, they made it count. They won the big points, and none bigger than the last point of the 23. We went the distance, 12-11 to Team Brazil. Just 60 seconds between the sets. Well, it's been the tale of the weekend for Caroline Greco so far. So close, but just not close enough in the end, thanks to the 1-2 here and the heading winner. Too wide. Hypercritical, maybe Baker came in too narrow, should have been wider, should have been making it easier for her on a right foot. Well, we heard the Brazilian fans in full voice yesterday, and they got the better of that opening set. Let's have a look at the statistics then, with better first serve percentage in. I think that hurt the Americans. Greco's first serve just wasn't up to it. Second serve points won. Brilliant for the Brazilians. And a couple of winners to nil. And even though they had 10 unforced errors, many of them finding net from Mendes. They came through in the end, coming from behind, both at the start and then at the crucial point. 11-10 down when a decision went against them, but they fought back against the serve to take it 12-11. Bronze medal up for grabs, a bit more money, a few more ranking points as well. Kim Baker could do with them in her attempt to move up the rankings. Helps you with more chance of a bye, easier draws. Greco's been at the top of the tree. Baker with the aggression. Oh, nice little stab over there, using her experience there. Dani Moraes. And here she is again. Oh, controlled that one though. I wonder if maybe a foot touched the table, or maybe the ball just gripped the table there. Not sure how she misjudged that. Rare error from the experienced Brazilian. Greco starting on serve, finished on serve in a losing fashion. Oh,
Point to Team USA.
not the best layoff from Moraes. Just even for the long legs of Viana Mendes, that was just a little bit out of her reach.
First service.
Just before we got underway here, there was a press conference in between the morning session and the afternoon session. And there were a lot of Brazilians hanging around because Ronaldinho entered the building. A lot of people looking for autographs outside. Security guards were busy, I can tell you that.
Point to Team Brazil.
It was kept under wraps as well. They were expecting just the VIPs and people from the Teqball Federation and the local government and sports ministry, etc.
First service.
And then in walks the Brazilian legend. He was in action, if you can call it that, last night. Didn't move quite as much as he used to in his playing days for Brazil in his 97 caps. But it was all a bit of fun and an exhibition for the decent crowd here, better crowd here today. And a lot of Brazilian shirts around as well.
Team Brazil to serve.
So 2-2 in Greco's
First
four
service.
serves. Battle for bronze, the first of the 3 bronze matches. And then we'll have the 3
Net.
championship matches. Mendes will be 25 next month. Baker is 26.
Second service.
More experienced players are their partners, but quite a lot of experience herself now. Mendes in particular, with decent results in the events in the Americas, both north and south. Great hit, great hit. Wrapped her foot around it, wheeled it. No way that one was coming back. Well, the ties, and in beach football as well, in Brazil, you'll see quite a lot of overhead kicks, but the technique there with the dipping ball was just incredible.
First service.
When you allow it to go low, it's more tricky,
Net.
but if you use the round leg, you can keep it low on the table with force. It's so difficult to defend against. A little bit more spectacular when it's hit at the zenith and you are coming from higher up, and then it does give a little bit more time for the defending team to get there. Whether they can do anything with it or not is another matter. Like that, a little bit more time. Oh, brilliant attack again. Slightly different technique, but splits the US pairing as well. Just as effectively. 4-2 now. Well, brilliant hit straight down the middle again, divorcing the US team. That's what it means. Job not done, not by a long way, but they are ahead by a set. And the score on the screen is not right. It is 4-2, not 3-2.
Out.
Now it'll be 5-2.
First service. Out.
Last of the 4 serves for
Second service.
Mr. Mendes. Ranked only 10 in world doubles at the moment, I think, but the new rankings will show an improvement.
Net. Point to Team Brazil. Change of service. Team USA to serve. First service.
The Brazilians starting to run away with it here now after a succession of points. 6-2. We've got the score right on your screen now. Oh, Baker wasn't expecting that, was she? You could tell, and it was a long way behind her as well. Not great communication, not a good layup either by Greco on that occasion.
First service.
And just signs how difficult it can be with a new partnership.
Out.
Speaking to the few of the players, sometimes you can get a bit stale and you do need to change, but
Second service.
finding someone who complements your style is so difficult. And in the World Championships and the European Games and tournaments like this, you have to stay within your nationality for pairing, not the requisite on regular Teqball Tour events. Oh, great header from Mendes again.
Point to Team Brazil.
Yana Mendes really made a few mistakes, but in this second set, making a lot of winners. And a nice little touch there as the boots are polished. Needs to polish the forehead and salute
First service.
the heading ability of a partner as well.
Out. Second service.
Baker to Maria de Cruz to give her a full name. Great hit,
Point to Team
too
Brazil.
good. Ricocheted off Baker, nothing she could do. And they're running away with the second set and the match now. Remember, the US had set point in the first set. The door was slammed in their face, and now I think they've locked and bolted it. Looks improbable now that the US will find the combination in time to come back into this one. The bronze medals are heading south in the Americas
Out.
as we come to the conclusion of the first medal match
Second serve.
on the final day of the 6th Teqball World Championships. Brazilians are flying now, a little bit more flair, going for a big one maybe here. Oh, played
Point
it
to
short.
Brazil.
She's sure how far back Greco was.
Change of
Able
service.
to use her head as she points to the brainwork that won the
Brazil
point
to serve.
rather than the big hitting. And they're just 2 points away now. Caroline Greco just can't understand how it's gone wrong.
First service.
Well, it's been a miserable weekend for Greco. You have to feel sorry for. Still in
Point to
it.
Team USA.
Baker gets 1 point back, but it's the first step on a, not just a hill, but a proverbial mountain to climb. Team Brazil
First service.
sitting pretty. Been in the game long enough to know how quickly things can change, though, if you let them. And a bit of pressure on the server
Out.
wouldn't go amiss. And the
Point to
miss
Team USA.
from Diana Mendes keeps the flame flickering. And I'd love to be proved wrong, saying that there was no way back for the US at 10-2.
First service.
I think they were 2-up as well. Is that 9 successive points until they started the comeback? If they can get 9 themselves, we'll be in for a real thriller here. Mendes trying to atone here, sees the gap, does well. Well, it's a nice effort, but it's going to be a
Point
legal
to Team
touch.
Brazil.
And it will be multiple match points now. 11-4. One more point. 8 opportunities for Brazil to
Match
back
point for Team
themselves
Brazil.
a bronze medal.
First service.
3 doubles titles this season for this pair.
Net.
And
Second
the
serve.
biggest tournament of all. It looks like bronze. Mendes,
Point to Team
not a
USA.
touch that can prolong the rally.
Change of service.
Good point for the US, but there've been too few good points.
Team USA to
Surely
serve.
it's a matter of time now. 12-11
First
the
service.
first set. This one has not been close since the 5th point when Brazil went into the lead for the first time. Mendes trying to finish it with a little
Double
harvester.
touch.
That's the
Point
touch.
to Team Brazil.
2 touches
Team Brazil
inadvertently
wins
by
the match.
Baker, and Greco will use a replay just to absolutely check and try and keep
Challenge
alive.
requested by Team USA.
But it's just delaying the
For
inevitable, surely. Baker knows that she
Double
touched it
touch.
twice. Looked like we saw the touches as well, even from our distance at the top of the stand here in the Bangkok arena. But just to make absolutely sure, we'll get the replay. Did it touch the American twice here? 1, 2 there. Yeah, there's the second touch. It was just the follow through being quicker than the ball itself. Might get another angle on it, but I think it's pretty conclusive anyway.
Challenge is completed.
There you go.
Double
Challenge
touch.
completed,
Point to Team Brazil.
and Brazil can celebrate the bronze medals. Mendes to Cruz, and Diana Mendes running away with it in the end, and a very confident and competent performance. Heaps the misery on Caroline Greco as the Americans are defeated by Brazil in the first of the medal matches in the 6th World Championships final day. This is Teqball, the future is curved, and a 12-11, 12-5 victory for Mendes and Diana Mendes. Well, consistency from Greco, 3 semi-finals, but goes home without a medal. Winning point, not really controversy about it, but the celebrations were put on hold for a little while. That double touch from Baker, and no opportunity for Greco to get it over that. Maybe she didn't realise there'd been a double touch. She was trying to set herself up, but the referee had already made the decision, and the celebs were starting. Of course, disappointment that they weren't contesting the final a little later. They lost in the morning to Petra Perci and Nora Vicek, but they made amends here with a comprehensive victory, 12-11 and 12-5. Second service points won remained really high, 4 winners to 0, and the US ended up making